Hello everyone, welcome to the Master of Yellow tournament. This is a special community-hosted tournament brought to us by AeroCZ, a community member from Faeria, and this has some very special rule sets. It's a very interesting tournament. So we are using a mixture of the Pantheon and Conquest formats for this tournament. So in Pantheon, we get to bring 3 different lists, and shared across those 3 lists, we are only allowed to bring a maximum of 3 copies of a card, which means, for example, if you bring Flashwind, 3 Flashwinds into one list, you can't run Flashwind in any other list. You can split those numbers. You could run 2 Flashwind in one Flashwind in another. That's legal, but all of these numbers are shared, and with legendaries, you're only allowed 1 copy shared. And as a further restriction, hence the name, we are only allowed to bring yellow cards, or neutral cards, or any multicolored card that at least has yellow in its land symbols. So with all of these restrictions, this makes the format very tricky, and there's actually one more rule here in how the series actually plays out that makes deck building even more of a challenge. So unlike in Crucible, where if the losing player loses with a deck, they've got to switch decks. We've flipped that on its head in this tournament, and instead the winner must switch decks, and they're not allowed to use the deck they won with for the rest of the series. The loser has an option to either change decks or keep playing with the same deck, but essentially, if you want to win a series, it's a best of 5 series, by the way, in order to win, you need each one of your decks to win once. So there is no slacking in this lineup. You have to build 3 good decks that are able to close out a win, which, yeah, that makes it very tricky to deck build. So this was a really interesting one to deck build for. I have a lot of different decisions and input for this tournament. Because Flyers has been devastating the meta, right? Same with the Monstrosity list, which is basically Flyers. But here we can only bring 1 Flyers list, and that takes away a lot of cards from our other decks. Additionally, Destructive Volley exists. Players know that there's going to be a lot of Flyers involved, so Destructive Volley is going to be run. So what I did, I built just a generic Flyers list that's just good, and I threw all the good cards in there. I just wanted to have this list and then just build 2 different lists because I thought it would be possible. I did want to pull some cards from my Flyers list, so I took away, from my usual Flyers, I took away the one of Air Ellie, the one of Ariana, and the one of Bloatfly that I usually run in there. And I threw all of those into the Swarm list in the center, because I thought the Swarm list would be sort of my, maybe counter to Flyers lists. Also a potential counter to Rush, because I thought Rush would be a very popular archetype in this. There's not very many crossover cards in the Rush archetype as there are in the Flyers. So with this Swarm list, I have a lot of stat lines that can fight the Flyer stat lines really efficiently. Bloatfly especially, 3/3 stat line for 2 cost is insanely efficient. And I brought Keldrin Soldier, I keep wanting to call it Explorer. Keldrin Soldier, very cool card. I was debating with this card over the Death Wish Ghoul, but I decided that Death Wish Ghoul on 1 HP is kind of not great. When Yellow has access to Spirit Theft, Vulture, Falcon Dive, Emperor's Command, there's so many 1 damage sources out there. I wanted a little bit more beef to the life stat on the Soldier there. Even though at max value, the Death Wish Ghoul costs 1, the Keldrin Soldier is twice as expensive, but you also have to consider the investment that you initially place into it, and that Keldrin Soldier is 1 Faeria cheaper initially, so you get those stats kind of sooner, essentially, and you can play more stuff on a singular turn. The Dustbringer Wraith also very efficient at fighting Flyers, 3/6 stat line's pretty excellent, takes out most Flyers while resists most Flyers, and all of this corrupt stuff going on here as well Pretty good against Rush because they're bringing their lands towards you, so you can get corrupts off pretty easily. And then I just threw in Desert Twister because it's a good card. I had a lot of 4 desert cards, so I wanted to include 3 air elementals for this. And because I'm going for more of a control game plan where I'm controlling the Flyers list, Airily is an absolutely fine card. Typically, in a regular Flyers, you don't want to run Airily too many of them because they're not 5 attack. Flyers really benefit from having 5 attack because that's a 4-turn kill. So it's really nice synergy to pair all of those 5 attackers up, but since we're going for control, we're not really concerned about the face too much. Airly's pretty good. And because we got 3 air LAs, I thought, well, maybe I should include some 5 desert cards like the powerful Desert Twister. And then I stole Ariana from the Flyers list because I thought this deck needed a little bit more weight to it, almost somewhat of a win condition in a sense, because it is very control-y and not very aggressive. I do have those Mistral guides to send things off aggressive if I want to, but it's going to be a very slow burn. So Ariana just provides an extra thing that I can sort of pool my extra resources into if I am succeeding in controlling the board. The third list over here is a Doomsday list, a very, very spicy combo list. I piloted a similar one like this on stream a long time ago, built by Hunter, where he was using Bloodfire Wisps and these interesting synergies between Balloonfish Swallowing and Doomsday. But we are not allowed to run red cards. I don't really think that's a great card anyways. So I just subbed out those Bloodfire Wisps for 2 Barren Sky Vermins to trigger Kaleem's Prayer a little more consistently at a really cheap trigger on that. And then 1 of Time of Legends. And the Time of Legends is honestly just here for deck thinning and draw, a really cheap variant of draw. You see we've got 3 Iona Smile in here, solely for the purpose of its cheap draw. So Time of Legends is just an extra card we can use to draw. Hey, drawing into Legends is pretty cool as well. And so this deck pretty much functions by building rush lands. You build 3 deserts upwards, and then you try to trigger Prayer as many times as possible just to give you extra resources to work with. You build up card size, you build up Faeria, and then you get a big blowout turn where you play some big bombs, such as either Azurai or Radiance, and then you play Balloonfish on top of that, and then you play Doomsday. And Doomsday, if you didn't know, will only trigger once per hex on the board. So if you have something tucked away safely in your Balloonfish, you will actually survive the Doomsday, which is very cool. So we can use these Balloonfish to get like a massive Azurai, assuming our opponent plays a bunch of stuff. Maybe we could build this to at least 10 attack, ideally, but we could even get this up to 20 attack if they're playing more swarmy. And then we play Balloonfish, Doomsday, and suddenly their whole board is gone, and we have a 20 attack creature at their face, which is very cool. And we also get to use the Sky Anemone in this. I am running 4 lands for that Gagana Treasure Seeker, and Sky Anemone is very good at stalling, so it's a really fun include in just because it is legal in this format. I was mulling over this sort of lineup for a while because there are a lot of options you could go for. Obviously there's the Flyers. You can also go for tempo with like Shaitan Demons and stuff. There's Rush. I thought Rush would be a pretty good archetype, but I just wanted to play the Doomsday list because it seemed like the perfect fit. I don't get to see this list played very often. And then Green-Yellow Sacrifice was a potential, but with the lack of Bone Collector, I was kind of turned off by it. There's also Drake Rider, the neutral guy. That pairs really nicely with events, movement tricks and such. And then there is actually the events list with Yellow Archer and such. But the issue with those lists is it really takes a lot of core cards. Like events especially, you need Barter, you need Soul Drain, you need like all of these really good events, and I wanted to use these good events in my Flyers list. I just wanted to have a good sort of anchor list I could use in my lineup to pull things together. But anyways, let's get into the tournament. I'll let past me speak, and hope you all enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome to the Master of Yellow tournament. You may notice my voice is a little shaky today. I am sick. Not even wearing sunglasses. Okay. So we're about to start here. In the round of 8 in the special yellow tournament, there are special rules for this one. You can type !rules in the chat. But basically, there is 3 decks we get to bring. 3 decks we get to bring. It's the Pantheon format in terms of decks. So we have only 3 copies of a card shared across our entire lineup, which means if you run 3 Flash Winds in one list, you don't get to run any more copies elsewhere. You could split those numbers, like 2 Flash Winds in one list, 1 in the other, and that is fine. But no more than 3 cards. Only 1 for legendaries as well. How the actual series is going to go, let's start this, so Fickle's not waiting too long. How the series goes, if a deck wins, you can no longer use that deck anymore. Opposite to the Crucible format. And if you lose, you have the option to switch decks or keep playing with the same deck. But basically you need to win at least one, well, you need to win 1 match with each deck you have. So that made deck building very, very interesting. We're just going to get started here while I talk. And obviously, another thing you might notice is this is a mono-yellow tournament. You are allowed neutrals, you are also allowed multicolored cards as long as they have yellow in the land cost. But very restrictive. Overall, this was a really fun one to deck build for, so I'm excited to see how this goes. This first list here I have is very silly. It is very silly indeed. Let's see, we're going second, Desert, Explorer, Desert. I think we tossed the Wind Soldiers for late game pieces. Now this is kind of a combo list. So what I've strategized with my lineup as a whole here is I'm going to save my best deck for last. I've actually prepared a pretty good list amongst all the clutter. And with the best deck as last, that enables a few things. If, for instance, Fickle here wins his first 2 games, that means that I still need to win 3 to win the series, right? But then I get to save my last best list for all of those 3 games. I get 3 opportunities with that good list to actually close out a win. So I think it is beneficial to save the best deck for last. Another thing is, as the series goes on in the future, you get to you get more information kind of on what your opponent might be bringing in the future. Remember, if he wins here, then he has to switch decks. So whatever cards I see in this, I know that they won't be in the next list, ideally. Okay, so we're just going to pass here, save our hasters for the Khalim's Prayer trigger. And his line structure he's built for us is pretty nice. Which you'll see in the future. I will have talked about my deck lists in the YouTube video, but if you're watching live on Twitch, you will have no idea what's coming. But this is a very exciting list. Oh dear. Got a Radiance, alright. Alright, keep passing. Time of Legends, that's cool. Need to find some Iona Smiles pretty quickly. before this guy slaps me in the face too many times. Tomb Gate. There's a Flash Wind. Gonna accelerate. So, clock is on. We top deck Soul Pact. This has a 50-50 chance of getting me a couple cards. I'm just gonna take a draw. Okay, well, Prayer helps for next time. I do want to deck thin, so I might play this. Top deck Azurai. Okay. I'm gonna go down to 10. 8, 6. 6 cost Radiance is pretty cool. We'll just pass. 6 cost Radiance. Okay, and that means I definitely need to top deck a Balloonfish at some point. Oh, he's building the land for me. I thought I was gonna have to fill that in myself. Okay, but if he blocks it with a creature, that's a bit unfortunate. Smile? Oh, do I have enough for this? Oh god, I'm on 18 here. We go down to 16? Cost 10? I think I have just enough. Oh, I completely mismathed that. I have to go for Radiance here over the Azurai, unfortunately. Okay, mismathing that was bad. Oh no. Oh, it's so bad. I lose a lot of Faeria. I guess we discounted that? No, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's not good. Alright, whoopsie. Whoops-a-daisy. It is early in the morning. I am sick. Forgive me. The reason I didn't want to play Azurai there is because I would be on 3 HP here in Wind Soldier range, and that's probably something I want to play around. If that's a champion, I'm kind of dead here. Holy, that's a 6-6. Yeah, we just lose. Oh, saved. Never mind. That's so awesome. That's really funny. I don't know if that's gonna help me, but... So we can play this. Oh, let's go. Did we just win? What just happened? We just top decked the second Sky Anemone? Oh, if he has Wind Soldier, is GG though. But this is also banging on the fact he doesn't have Wind Soldier. He only gets 3 Wind Soldiers to use, right? So it might be in this list, or it just simply might not be. And it looks like he didn't top deck a Wind Soldier there. Another thing to analyze here is, would Wind Soldier be useful in this type of list? It's another thing that I can think about here. Wow, Sky Anemone coming in super clutch. That's insane. If he does drop a creature here that can fight this, though, that's a problem. Yeah. I should have Wind Soldiered last turn. I would have had lethal. No, wait. I'm stupid. I can't math. I might just win... Oh, wait. I think I just Wind Soldier this, actually. Right? Yeah, because this keeps us in the game pretty guaranteedly. So we're going to maybe collect? Does it matter? I don't think so. We go up to 8 next turn. Yeah, if this gets nightmared... let's just do this. I mean, if it gets nightmared, we just lose anyways, right? So it doesn't really matter. Oh, sorry, you can nightmare. What am I saying? Soul Pact Nightmare. Farm Boy! Sky Anemone! Wow, what a first game. That was a clutch game. Incredible. Well, now we've gotten one win with that list, so we can no longer play with this, as per the rules. So we're going to move on to the Swarm then. Now, Fickle has an opportunity to play with that same list again. That's another thing I could consider. He might just play with the same list again. There's going to be some mind games there. If he plays with the same list again, we might want to use some type of counter list. I think this list should do fine anyways against that, though. But now that we've kind of gotten our worst list out of the way, we have a better chance with these other two lists to do reasonably well. Just because it gives us more chances to win with them. So going second, I think we just get rid of all of this. Keep the Lost Explorer. 3 lands is a bit much to hope for on going second. And your eyes work correctly. This is a Cauldron a Soldier. Good little Cauldron Soldier. I'm excited to see this guy in action. So he is playing the same list, I would imagine, because we saw Farm Boy. Fickle actually gave us a bit of information in that last game. Now I need to think about where I want things to go, because we actually get to double play things here. Very cool opener. Something you can't do with Deathwish Ghoul. I was debating between this and Deathwish Ghoul, and I decided Ghoul is just too weak to all the 1 damage removals Yellow has access to. Now this list is quite desert heavy. I'm not sure if I want to double collect here. I might just build up deserts. I'm not sure yet. We'll see what our next top deck is. Barter! That's good information. Yeah, so Fickle giving us the information of the Farm Boy was pretty huge here, I think, because I now know what deck he's playing. Barter. So in this list, I have Volleys. I think that's really the only useful cards. Actually, I have to double check my list. Okay, we did top deck the Bloatfly. That makes me want to go for deserts here. So I think we are just going to extend with deserts. Right, I have Desert Twister and Destructive Volley. And a Nightmare. Okay, so he has options. What has he picked then? I probably would, I don't know. I don't know if Volley is super useful if you don't know if I'm running flyers, unless you want to take this guy out or something. Right, he does have the Doom Gate. We are going to have to be a little bit pressuring with that on board. Ooh, this is going to be a rough next decision to make, huh? Do I give up this collection and just accelerate my deserts up right side? I actually might. Because I'm pretty desperate to get in there. Another thing we could do is double neutral. That takes us away from Bloatfly, but brings us closer to Wraith. We should look at our land placements too. This one... I guess with Ariana, I don't mind the extra collections. Let's double neutral. And we're going to just plant Ariana in case this gets answered. With the extra Faeria collections, we'll be able to dump that into Ariana, I think. It puts us away from Bloatfly, but we do have a follow-up play with the Wraith. And our lands are going to get a bit clunky up here anyways. There's only so many things I can place down here. Excuse me. Just bring a Wraith. Could put the Wraith, or we could just step the 3 through. This gets Ariana up a bit closer. I do like getting Ariana closer, so I think we do something like this and pass. Because since we went for the slower line with double neutrals, we want this Ariana to get traded off soon. It's on champion lands. Drake Rider. Right, if he doesn't have a lot of swarm stuff, this is actually not that good for him. Anyways, we don't have to put that much pressure. I forget I'm not actually facing Sack. Okay, so this thing probably has mobility to go somewhere. We want to take this land. He's in an awkward spot. I guess he wants this space, maybe? Let's see, that goes to 6 power, right? So we might want to follow this up with another creature to block. We want to block this space. And hey, why don't we just dump our hands? We're swarming. And then I want to step this in a more aggressive spot. We'll go there. I'll post the rules in chat for anyone just joining in. Manta Rider in this list. There's a lot of good cards in this list. Manta Rider and Champion and Flashwind. But we're... So 2 ways this goes. If he wins this, then we don't have to face this list anymore. Oh, he did grab the Nightmare. Okay. If we win this list, we have to fight this again. Okay. So we have perfect numbers here lined up. I will take that. Now I need to build up to 5 deserts with this list. I would like to build there with Air Ellie, but I would also like to take this trade with the Cauldron, so we're going to take that. This. Faeria Sink. And we got so much going on. I'm not sure if I want to invest this yet, though. We're going to send this guy this way more aggressively. Might want to step this guy back. I'm going to hang on to this guy. I'm not sure what area of the board I want this to be invested in just yet. Hello, Martis. From the past. Ooh, he takes the trade. Did not have clean answers for that. So, we need to gather some information here also. Soul Drain has not been used yet. So, I'm going to assume there's Soul Drain in other lists. Wind Soldier's another good card that we haven't seen yet. Wouldn't expect to see it in this list. So cards we have to watch out for soon are going to be those cards, Soul Drain and Wind Soldier. Don't have to worry about barter, potentially, unless he's split his numbers across his lineup. Oh, the top deck! Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Okay. So, we will advance this 3-3. We'll dump our Faeria Sink one more time. And honestly, I think I can just walk away from the well now. And follow up with a Cauldron. Cauldron Explorer. I keep wanting to call this an Explorer. Cauldron Soldier, doing a good job of being a farm boy. A menacing farm boy. There were a few reasons. I mentioned why I picked this over Death Wish Ghoul, but one more reason is that because it's 2 cost, we get our sort of investment back earlier, even though this is technically like twice as expensive as a fully fledged, or as a full value Death Wish Ghoul. Can we get map? I mean, carpet? No carpet. We do have taunts, though. Kinda do like the taunts. Taunts are pretty cool here. We will have to double neutral for it, but that's alright. I don't know where the other taunt is going. Here... Probably just... Honestly, probably back. I think we're in a good spot now. I don't think we need to worry too much. Was not able to build 3 playable decks. That is very fair. It's a difficult one to manage. Okay, found the mobility trick. Glad I invested the taunt back there. Can we top deck Air Ellie? Desert Twister? Do anything? I kind of want to hit face here. So I think I'm just gonna invest the deserts. Or I guess we kill this. Oh, I didn't need that land then if I was killing this. No wait, Ariana kills this. No, Ariana kills this. Okay. Fine, I didn't need the land build, but I don't think it really matters. We're in a good spot. Boop, boop. This has to boop. And at this point, I think we can just bring the chonkers. Set up a collector here. Yeah, this tournament was a real pickle to figure out a decent build for. Oh, he was hard running Nightmare in this list. Interesting. He got one from Barter and then just played one hard casted. So that's interesting information as well. Boop, boop, boop. Step on all the deserts. Okay. So, we do have to face this list again, but like I said in the beginning, now we get our best list, in my opinion, to fight 3 times. We had 3 chances. So it should be pretty smooth sailing from here. Because my next list is pretty good. My next list is just the stock flyers list. I literally just ripped my seasonal club flyers list. I took out Ariana, obviously you saw there. And I took out the Air Ellie that I normally start with, and I took out a Blight Fly, because we are losing some of that land. And I wanted the Swarm list to, I wanted more of this archetype, which Bloodfly is very good in. And then I needed a Faeria sync, which Ariana provides. So instead I've replaced those starting creatures with Kalim's Skyguards. Not every day you see that card. And it's a fine card. The only reason it's not run in flyers anymore these days is because it's only 4 attack. You really want that 5 attack to have that 4 kill threshold. But I mean, in a yellow v yellow matchup, it's honestly not that bad. Because you can use the 4/3s to fight with, you can also use them to gain fairy advantage over your opponent, because they can be summoned next to a friendly. You can summon them easier in between wells. Okay. We're going for a rush list here. We can extend both sides. Very nice starting hand here. Shouldn't cause us too many troubles. Now my one worry in this tournament is my Doomsday list. That is sort of my Achilles heel, potentially. Oh. Celestial Tower is interesting, but we're just gonna casually build up like this. I'd like to develop Manta Rider. I guess we put it backwards just to protect. And then, if this doesn't get answered, we can Celestial Tower this up. If it does some weird shenanigans. We also have this line. What is this? Targeting the Manta Rider. Oh no, he runs away. Alter? Alright. Alright. We have Spirit Theft targets. Oh, we got many Spirit Thefts. So we could invest this. I don't really need the Spirit Thefts right now, so I could just draw. Full clear? Full clear is an option. I do need to kill this at some point. I kinda like it. I think we're gonna do something else, though. We're gonna put this on the left side so that we keep this land open for future flyers. We will take the drain. I know that 6-1's floating. I am curious why he put it center. That might mean training exists. Now, Spirit Theft... Theft on Fairy is pretty cool. I think we'll take this trade. Pretty much we just get him down to a low life. We haven't seen Wind Soldier yet. There could be Wind Soldier in this, so we might not want to build this land. We'll just, build this one. Theft this one. And I'll march you forward, so we don't need to worry about the 6-1 right now. So this is a 3-cost once I pick it up, which is pretty expensive. A lake. Oh. So I probably want to answer this altar. Do not get the flip. We take draw. Still don't get the flip. Okay. Fine. Could take it this way. I kind of like the idea of still ignoring this. We can step up. Kill the structure. I guess we theft this to take away collections. As expensive as it is. We can just use it as a blocker here. We gotta throw something at his face. I'll dump a Demon Wing as well. As you can see, you don't need playable decks, you just need to top deck like a god. Well spoken. Yaru knows how I'd like to play this game. Oh, that first match was so clutch though. I got my heart racing. Alright, we got pretty good board presence here. I guess we should be wary of Doomsday, I don't know. There's the Soul Drain. There's a Skyguard. So I could produce an aggro desert here, I guess that's an option. Instead of drawing for stuff. We'll pop up, Skyguard. I know Skyguard paired with the Iona actually does make up that 5 damage we were missing, so that's cool. Colossus. So we do have to be careful of Radiance. We don't want to knock him down too low a life. Oh, where's my 1 damage trick now? Draw? Nice. Yeah, okay, we'll just kill this. We will boop. Boop.
Embrace the wild wind.
Alright, slow grind to our victory, it looks like.
let me just check the brackets here. So we're going to go on against the winner of Alpenico and Seshumara after this. Alright. I guess the other strategy to consider here is if I don't save my best deck for last. Like, I don't really need my best deck for last. Because I'd rather to have more winning opportunities with my worst decks now that I think about it. There were reasons I had in the last game. I'll have to think about that one for the next series. But we're going to take a quick break while we wait for the next match. That was a quick series. So whenever Alpenico or Sesh are ready to go, we'll be back then. See you guys in a bit. Alright, we're ready to get started with the next set. This one is the semifinals against Alpenico. So I think we're going to run with the same strategy as before. Running with this list. Now I thought about this a little bit. I think still saving the best list for last is still good. Just in case the opponent saves their best list for last. Because then we still need to be able to beat that deck. And if we use all of our steam early, then that's going to be a problem. So I think that's one more reason to save that list till the end. Now Flash Simon's a good keep. I think we're just going to toss something like this. Oh, going second Sky Anemone is not as good. We go Desert, Explore, Desert, Desert, Desert. Yeah, I think we toss the Sky Anemone. That's an awkward starting hand. But that's alright. We have draw tools. Oh dear. Those are yaks. Prairie yak. Alright, at least we don't have to deal with the blue sapphire yak. That's always nice. We're going to stay here. I really want to use this with Kalim's Prayer. Building a path for Wind Soldier. I love how everyone's doing that for me today. So we probably want to invest our desert next. We do find a Wind Soldier. Could block his collections here, which is something. We need some time to build up hand size is the thing. So we could go for the mountain. I don't know if that really hurts him very much, though, is the thing. Since we did top deck Wind Soldier, we can also go for Flash Salmon here, I think. I'm gonna invest this. We're just gonna go for Flash Salmon for the draw. Oh, we top decked it the card after. Alright, hopefully he doesn't body block us, but... Some decent body block lands, if he wants to do that, and I think that's what he's gonna do. It's a little sad. But if he's investing all of this stuff, he actually thinks I'm playing Rush. That's a lot of investment there, bud. Don't particularly want to Doomsday here. I guess we draw... Smile. Okay, well, that's part of the combo. We can pass here. Now, hopefully it doesn't catch on that we're playing Doomsday, but he might. I'm gonna have to invest something next turn. We're on 9 cards. Azurai needs to be at 14, so 7 creatures with 2 attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we need 1 more attack stat. It costs 10. I guess we're just investing Sky Anemone here. There was an option to Doomsday last turn, but I don't know. We will just block 1 collection, I suppose. Can also block face hits. We can also Azurai. We could just straight up Azurai here. And Balloonfish. Yeah, I actually don't mind that too much. I think that's okay. Even though we're not on 20 attack. Oh, we only need 19. What am I saying? We damaged him. And now... we can infinitely defend. We'll invest this. And we have a second Balloonfish if we need it. And we've given ourselves a collector that he doesn't want to answer. He might expect the Doomsday now, though, I will say. It's pretty likely that there might be a Doomsday. But still, he's got to answer this 19/6 creature. Which could come in the form of Yak Attack plus a thing. Ooh. Is he gonna kill the Balloonfish? Well, he never kills the Balloonfish unless he has an answer to the Azurai afterwards, which I guess looks like what he has. Okay. So that's very sad. Maybe I was a little too hasty in playing that then. I thought it was going to be okay. Alright, well that is awkward. We'll draw. We'll just save up for Radiance. No need to invest the Sky Anemone yet. I may have messed up earlier by investing the Flash Salmon too early. He was just able to land block and I had no hope of playing this then. Little unfortunate. Ooh, that is a thing. 3, 4, 5, 6. We should be okay 1 more turn. Hopefully. Anyway, I can sneak Wind Soldier in? Not really. I can't believe I have to build a desert for this, but that's fine. Let's build this. So, if it's a shepherd, he's got the 2 extra power. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we can pass here. It's a little bit greedy to pass, but he's only got 2 cards in hand. And if he has it, he has it. We're in a pretty bad spot right now. But if he doesn't have it, then we get to Radiance for big numbers. This gets me nothing. Now I don't need to play that. I need 10, yeah, I guess. This, 10... Heal... And I think we go for Doomsday. Anything else I want to play? I might as well spend my Faeria. Find a Boldurion. Interesting. And we hope that he doesn't have Yak Shepherds into Haste Yak, but he didn't have Yak Shepherd there, so... Well, I guess he didn't have the lethal, so why play it? But we have this taunt, if he doesn't have anything. Stopped by the Yak. Okay, so I guess we +1 into Boldurion here. We actually built up to 5 lands. Clutch. Another thing we could do is do some sort of balloonfish play to block this. No, that doesn't help. I was thinking about Yak Attack. I mean, it does help, technically. Balloonfish does help. Okay, well, let's see. Boldurion, if unanswered, gives us a lethal. Right? Boldurion gives us a lethal. If we go for the balloonfish play, we don't have lethal. So, I mean, I think this is just Sky Anemone. Now, we could put him backwards. Does that accomplish anything? It kind of does, actually. So what this accomplishes is, it means Yak Attack can't be top-decked, and he can't kill this. Which is actually pretty cool. He has to have it in hand, so I think this play is kind of important, even though he can still block this, and we lose our lethal anyways. We can use him as a fighting tool. There was a Yak Attack. Wait. Oh, okay, he's just got a different answer. Alright, he found it. Well played. Alright, unfortunate. Okay, so now we get to decide whether we want to play this Doomsday list again. So this needs to somehow get a win. So if El Panico plays his worst list next, then that would be beneficial. If we lose a second time, I mean, this still has to win. I think we just roll with it again, because this has to win something, and this is my worst chance of winning, so yeah. He knows what I'm playing now, so he can play around it, unfortunately. But that's okay. So the Wind Soldier is not going to be as good of a trigger. We can keep this actually with the Smile, I think. Village Elder. Okay. We're gonna Smile to deck filter. Guess I could have Soul Pacted there in case Storyteller exists. Yeah, I actually think Rush is decent in this format. I was thinking about Rush and some counters I could use. Alright. Shaitan Assassin. No big deal. So I will continue to build my deserts up, I think. I don't think he's running Storyteller. We'll just pass. Yeah, him knowing that there's a Doomsday, that was a bit spooky. Oh, there's a forest in here. Because he can easily just play around it. He gets value with the last word stuff. Unfortunate. This is Azurai. But we do want to use this to deck filter. It's our last legend. We draw. Flash them in. No, that doesn't work. I need prayer. I think I'm fine with playing this as a draw tool, though. Even though I said that last time, but we have a Vermin now, so I can always top deck the thing that I need later. Two forests? Oh, he is going for Soul Eater, huh? I was not expecting that. I guess he's playing Soul Eater. Huh. It's unfortunate. We can play Bird. We can actually just hard play the Bird here. There's all of my stuff. Wait, why is this playable? Oh yeah, I played the mountain. Should be keeping track of what flyers I have. Well, I can't play that right now. Unless I wanted to invest Anemone there, but I don't. Okay, that hurts. Putting the desert there. That's very rude. It's gonna be tricky. This is gonna be tricky. We have to hope maybe for an Azurai play, if he swarms enough. I don't know if he's gonna swarm enough, though. He's gonna be playing around Doomsday. Hard play these. Find a Wind Soldier. So we kind of have to invest this. I don't know where. I guess we put it on our face, actually. And then let's play this for Flash Salmon, hopefully. Find them. Find another one, that's very good, but we're drawing next turn, which means we're overdrawing. Which is not great. What can I do about that, though? I could invest the Wind Soldier. I don't know if this is good, though. But hey, it gives us lands to use in the future, maybe. I don't know. He just blocks like that, yeah. Laya's good for him. That produces a structure. We found Azurai. What do we find off this? Chrysalis? We could... No, we can't spear. I think it's just Chrysalis here. This gives me 2, 4, 6. He is sure not making it easy. I don't have many options. I think it's just this. We lose our poor collector, though. Do we have to invest Wind Soldier again? We have 2, 4, 6, 8 now. Clunky. All right. So I need 20 Faeria to pull off the Azrai play. Wait, building lands for me? Oh, he really wants that taunt structure. Fair enough. Okay. So if we don't want a brick, we gotta play this Azrai. Not the end of the world, I guess. But I want this to be able to kill. 2, 4, 6, 8, 14 life, plus a wind soldier, I guess. Technically. Can also just drop Barren Sky. I guess we just drop Barren Sky here. We can do the Azrai Doomsday play next turn. That's 20. Spirit Theft. Shield Maid's pretty good against Doomsday. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna find an inn here. As soon as I dump Doomsday, he's dumping like 3 Soul Eaters. It's 15 power. We can work with 15, I guess. Alright, I think we gotta rip it. Or not, because we did top deck a second balloon fish. I think we just gotta rip it, yeah? Let's just go for it. I'm losing hand size. So, do we allow this to get taunted? I don't think we have much of a choice. I mean, we do. We'll just pop here. Alright. Let's hope that's enough. Gets our Radiance down to 10. So, 20 Faeria, Mr. El Panico. He can just swarm infinitely now, unfortunately. I don't really know what our win condition here is. Just hope that he feels comfortable spending all his Faeria now. To be fair, I think Sacrifice would have been hard for my, at least one of my other lists to beat. Flyers could probably handle this. But it is kind of swarmy. I don't know. Right, what was his first list he played? Yaks. So he's got a fully fledged Flyers list next. That's very spooky. We have to beat an actual Flyers list. Yeah, I don't see many ways of winning this. We will gobble. And hope for some collections. We pretty much have one more chance at a Doomsday here. Finds a treasure. Oh dear. We did see a Origin Fanatic bricked off the top, so he is running Fanatic in this. But I can't really play around it. Oh, what? You had it? Okay. So sad. But that's alright. El Panico's 2 up on us, so we gotta beat his last list, which is probably Flyers. Now, he's probably expecting me to drop the Doomsday again, so maybe we counter with something else. Let's use the Flyers list to scout. Because our Flyers will be the best. But we have to beat his Flyers list 3 times. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Maybe not with Doomsday. We'll hang on to Tower. Yucky. Was hoping to get something else there. I guess I could have baited him into... I just could have gone Desert Center, I don't know. What? Not Flyers? Double tower. Okay, good. Wait, not Flyers? He decided to go for Rush? Really? Not gonna lie, I'm happier to see Rush than I am to see Flyers. I think I have a better chance against this than Flyers. Oh my. He does have a lot of answers, though. That was kind of expensive for him, though. Oh no, give me cards, please. We definitely want to take the value trades. Do we definitely want to take that? Because if this gets answered, then we have 0 things. Oh, why did I brick? But I can't soul... If I soul drain, then I don't have an answer to the demon. Unless I hope to top deck something. Oh, what a disgusting hand. Why did this have to happen now? I don't think I can... That's so disgusting. I think we go value trades. I might just block with a structure. We do build the land for him in the future, but... If he finds an answer to this, then I'm just dead. Yeah. So that structure gives me 1 more turn to survive. What is this hand? Are you kidding? Like, I'm gonna leave my best list for last. Okay. Draw... Or... Champion. draw. Are you... Okay. Fine. I guess I'm not destined to win this. Amazing. I think it's time to just surrender. Okay. That is so annoying. Ugh. What a... Oh, that was a really sad end. That was just so disgusting. But, alright. Well played to El Panico. He's gonna move on to the finals. And we will cast those finals. Alright. Hello, everyone. We are actually going to dip into the semifinals match on the other end of the bracket. They were a little bit slower in getting through their matches. But now we're going to see Super Blizzard versus Exio. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so this will be interesting to see what other players have brought to this tournament. We get to see both hands' perspective. Lizard, right off the bat with a Destructive Volley. Now, I was terrified to run Destructive Volleys alongside my good Flyers because Barter exists. But maybe he's not running Champion in this, who knows. I think Barter into Volley into Emissary is still very good, though. Exio is running a Ghost Dragon list with Court Jester. Decides to go for the Center Desert instead of the turn 1. Oh, yeah, I guess you don't want to play this turn 1. You don't have a creature. Oh, there is Barter in this list, too. So Lizard might be getting punished for including Volleys alongside Flyers. Exio, though, I suppose getting punished for only having Court Jester in hand. No real playable creature here. And Lizard's gonna get 2 playable creatures. So, Barter into Volley, I don't think it's gonna hurt him that much. Command being run in this list as well. Very interesting knowledge Exio's gaining here. It's a pretty easy pick of Destructive Volley. Yellow should have plenty of Flyers. Okay, so with the Sunsilk Fairy, I'm imagining there's probably no champion. Still could be, I suppose, but... Volley into Emissary, like I said, is still pretty good. That's a Flame Burst. We will take Flame Bursts. Actually, Exio has a cleanup with Soul Drain Falcon Dive as well if he wants it. Top deck Soul Pact. No other playable creature. Okay. I think you might as well just play the Court Jester here. That was very expensive. Did not pop the Soul Pact. Gonna forego that healing in favor of Knowledge. Now, I think I would love to see the Court Jester played here because even drawing future cards, there's still a chance that it hits this. Might as well go for the collection, in my opinion. But we're gonna play it here, hope for the 50-50, and we succeed! We actually do get the 50-50. So, holding the Court Jester paid off. We need to drop a 6/6 Dune Drake that cannot collect. Not every day you see this card. Oh, there is Champion in this list. Really? So, Lizard deciding to run Volley in a Champion list. Very curious. But, I mean, Exio decided to pull that Volley early and take out the Collector, so Lizard's not going to have to worry about that Volley into Champion anymore until another Barter is top decked. Oh my god. We keep getting these Court Gestures. Are we going to get lucky twice? I don't know. Really, really good here that this is a 6/6 also, because Lizard's got that 5 damage answer. No clean answer to the 6 HP. Choking Sand in this list. I don't know if this is gonna get any use in this particular matchup. We did see a Sunsilk Fairy on Lizard side, so you could Choking the fairy, I guess. There is a target. Oh, and we can also Choking the Mantas, sure. Finds the Spirit Theft. Wow. Don't even need to invest the volley. I know that 4-4 is threatening the 0-2 to step up and collect. Nasty. I have a feeling we're gonna go for Sky Captain here, and we're gonna get punished super hard. We decide to go into collections. Yikes. It's not good. I fear for the next sequence of turns here that Exio is going to make. I can sense a second Sky Captain coming down and getting completely blown out by these volleys. Playing the other one, still able to dodge hitting the second Court Jester, very cool. So we didn't actually go for the second Sky Captain. Good for Exio then. I think this was very expensive though. We dropped, I mean, not much we can do in this position, but 3 Faeria just throwing in the gutter for no reason. I don't know. I don't know about that one. But Lizard deciding to leave the collector alive and take the value trade before that guy gets bigger. We'll take the value trade while we have it. 3-5 seems like a okay answer. But Volley's gonna come and slap him in the face. It seems like Lizard has taken a completely opposite strategy to what I went for. Starting with the strong flyers list right off the bat. Looks like it is just standard flyers, except he's thrown in volleys there. And is just hoping to steamroll with this list. In the first match, at least.
Why so serious?
We toss another Court Jester into the fire. Poor Court Jester. But I think Exio's pretty happy that he's not going to have to face this list in the future. Awkward. We have played all 3 of our Court Jesters and 2 of our Sky Captains. These Ghost Dragons are very sad in hand. That looks like a surrender from Exio. And we're going to move on to the next match. Lizard taking the first one. Alright. I'm gonna invite Fickle to the lobby. He wanted to spectate. I'll invite him in a sec. I'll be ready to get started with the second match. I should put up a score here too. We got, let's see, Lizard is player 2, he's on the bottom. We'll just say 0 up there. One to 0 for Super Blizzard. Alright, so we got some type of rush list on Lizard's side, with a Vulture inside it though, so I imagine this might be some Mistral Guide variant, rather than a real rush list. Exio meanwhile running Archers. We're gonna see a battle of the Archers, back and forth. And this is the list Exio decided to run volleys in. Never mind, we are just straight up rushing down the center. Fair enough. So, Archer to fight is not a terrible idea. Actually it dies. Because if you were unaware, Archers actually fight back against other Archers. Whether Exio knows that or not, I'm not sure. Perhaps he does not know that. And is going to get punished for that. Most likely. I mean, Lizard's going to have to invest a land to the side to get this done, but it's pretty fine. Oh, and since we top-decked the other Archer, we can just defend. Not too bad. Now we got a healthy 3 HP, we're going to force Exio to invest 2 events to kill this. And then bye-bye Archer. Not every day you see Archer versus Archer. Looks like we're going to just maybe full clear. Debating the command, I don't think command accomplishes anything. Because you're just gonna get shot back anyways. Unless you really want that to... Wait. Mistake? Whoopsie? We could have kept the Archer alive there, but a bit of a mistake from Exio. Oh well. Those mistakes happen. Especially when you might not be aware that Archers shoot back. That is not a very common interaction. Lizard happy to dump a 4-4 to fight this 2-2. Yeah, that was a very costly cleanup from Exio. If we had the Archer on board still, it was okay, maybe. Actually, Lizard's got Vultures, so he doesn't really care too much. Can clean that right up. Okay, questionable plays from Exio here. Decides to put a taunt on the well. We could have just swapped these around and gained a collection that way, but I guess we'll just forego the collection. I don't know why, but... And... Wait. What? Oh, right. Mistral Guide ability. Yeah, we get to slap face and drop a Shaden Scavenger. Also not a card you see every day. I actually thought we were gonna go for like a Baron Sky Vulture or something, but these are pretty useless. Into a 2-3, or a 2-2, or a 2-1. Zealous Crusader coming. I think Exio is lost out on a ton of tempo here. It's going to be really tough to come back. Though Drake Rider is not actually an awful follow-up to the kill. And we don't really have much else. I guess Leia's an option, but I don't really think that accomplishes anything. Looks like just a... Oh, okay, we are going for Leia. I don't know what this is supposed to do, to be honest, though. This guy is, like, expensive, but, we can either use him as a double collector or take the trades if we really need to. But, I'm not really sure what this is gonna do. Oh. Really want to put this on the well spot. I hope we put it there, because we are desperate for collections. If we put it here, there's one thing that Exo needs to consider is what's in the rest of his hand here. And he desperately needs one collection to play this Drake Rider next... Wait, plays nothing? Excuse me? Okay, well... Now I'm very confused, Exio. He's thinking on another plane that I am unaware of. Yeah, I don't know why we didn't play anything. We went through all the effort of developing a 4th desert. Maybe he realized last second that Leia was not the play and he wanted to go for Drake Rider, but... even in that situation, we can still jump the Leia and play the Drake Rider. Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright, we're filling in lands. Yeah, so... maybe it also just comes down to being inexperienced in a rush matchup. These are pretty challenging matchups sometimes. But producing creatures on the wells, very, very important in rush matchups like this, even though this is kind of a janky rush. That is something you need to consider, always getting those collections. And building lands is something you want to do as little as possible. That's always something you want to do, but especially that's true in the rush matchup. All of these double neutrals could have been spent on extra resources, which we're really desperate for right now. And these extra lands, Lizard is happy to take in the future as stepping lands. Means that he doesn't have to build them himself. Yeah, typically if you have a really high land deck as well, even 4 lands is pretty high in the rush matchup. You usually don't want to build to 4 lands until you're really sitting comfortably. But that's alright. I think we're gonna see... Wow. Vulture taking the protection. Shadow Silk Fairy. Another thing you don't see every day. That's very cool. Radiance. Wow. Yeah, and managing those Faeria thresholds is really important as well. Especially when you have cards that are higher than 4 cost. 4 cost cards are really easy to play when you're behind or anything, because you can just +1 and drop them. But 5 cost you gotta be a little bit careful with. volley the Salmon, and I think we're gonna pretty much just be surrendering here. We have Lethal on board. Lizard's gonna be flashy with a Wind Soldier. Showing his opponent some information here that there are Wind Soldiers in the list, meaning Exio can probably play around having no Wind Soldiers in his final list. Alright, so Arrow, if you didn't know, is the host of this tournament. He set it up and organized it for us. So big thank you to Arrow. He's also providing the prize money for any of the players. And he wants to see a third place match take place. I was just going to forfeit it and move on to finals, but we will participate in the third place match against whoever loses this series. And then maybe Fickle's going to cover the finals, so you can pop over there if you want to watch that. But I might even pop over to Fickle's stream and just watch his stream and stream it on my stream, and we can give secondary commentary, because I'd also like to see the finals. Might as well do it all in one place. And but that, if that does happen, we'll have a 20-minute delay. So if you do want to watch the finals, be sure to check out Fickle's stream. Pretty sure he's just type in Faeria on Twitch. Should be an easy find. Who are we waiting for? A Lizard? Okay. Thankfully with this one, it's up to the players when they want to start. I kind of prefer that, where players get to decide when they start the game, rather than just the host, because that can lead to some kerfuffles. So, what can we analyze from Mr. Lizard over here? What should Exio be thinking about? He has seen a Flyers list, and he has seen a Rush list. He's seen Wind Soldier. I think Soul Drain's been played. Has it? There was Volley played. It's hard to keep track. I know Exio was playing a Soul Drain. Or was that Lizard? I actually don't remember. Okay, never mind. There's a Soul Drain in this list. It looks like he's brought a second Rush list. Unless this one is just more tempo. Wait. Kaleem's Prayer in this list and not the last list. I guess the last list... Yeah, the last list had a lot of haste. We had the Salmons. Interesting decision. Curious to see what Lizard has to bring here. Alright, Exio with the... Wait. I don't think this is legal. Oh, sorry, yeah, he lost with this list. Sorry. For some reason thought he was playing a different list. No, this is the same list. Yeah. The winners are the ones who have to switch. Losers get to... Well, losers can switch if they wish, but they don't have to. So we're gonna take it round 2 with this one. Double neutral. Okay, so we're probably not answering the ghoul. I think that's pretty wise. Oh, no, we are in... Okay. I cannot predict Exio's plays whatsoever today, apparently. The reason I was saying it was wise is because... We get to hold our removal for other things. Ghoul is not a very threatening unit. And it's just a lot of Faeria investment. Wow, nightmaring the 6-4. Good call, though. Ah! Cauldron Soldier! Hey, Lizard also bringing the Cauldron Soldier. I like it. Sky Captain draw. So if we were going for the kill there, though, I don't really understand the neutrals. Yeah, the neutrals don't make a lot of sense. Okay, we're gonna rip all the soul drains we can. Pretty fair. If our plan was to keep the board clear before, we might as well continue to keep it clear. And this Manta Rider coming down is not great for Lizards, because we can see Exio's hand. He has actually a cleanup to the baby Manta with that Choking Sand. Getting value. It's a very tempo play. 4 cost to take a 2 cost, but hey, in this position where we're continuously clearing boards, we can keep going with that game plan, and it's not bad. And we have established a very nice boards for ourselves. Lizard may even end up surrendering this one. I don't know if there's going to be many ways of coming back. Exio threatening double collection, and no... I mean, there's clean ways, I guess, to answer the Ghost Dragon right now, but... we do not get to follow up with anything. We could actually... this might be a silly play. We could have +1 there. Wind Soldier, and then... +1 Fanatic the Wind Soldier back and clear. That gives us 6 Faeria to work with, right? We were on 3 there. So we would have gone up to 5, 6, yeah. I mean, that would have given us a Fanatic on boards. I think that's a pretty cool play. But surrendering, also a fair play. Alright, so, Exio's Dune Drake list manages to close out its win that it needs. Each list in each player's lineup needs to win 1 match. But now Lizard gets to repetitively play this same list over and over for the next 2 matches. Which is what I was saying earlier, why I think ending off with your strongest list is best. Just because now Lizard has to fight through 3 of Exio's lists with it. Wait, maybe this is Celeste. I think Lizard's playing a Celeste list. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this is a Celeste list now that I'm seeing all the cards here. That is definitely Celeste. Celeste was something I was thinking about as well. I just didn't want to have to hamper the rest of my cards, because you take away 1 card for everything in your other lists, and now you're almost playing like 3 Celeste lists. But I'm sure Arrow will be happy to see this. Exio looks like he's got a pretty standard Flyers list, but decides to rush. Okay, interesting. Also interesting, we're going here and not body blocking in front of this. Now this gets to shoot this for free. I don't think we were pressured into rushing here, but maybe it'll pay off. Who knows? Depends on what this barter grabs, to be honest. Barter into barter. Let's see what else he's got. Training's... Oh, okay, we're just gonna grab the training. Fair enough. And yeah, we get punished super hard for not body blocking. Now, typically it's good to barter for more barters. I mean, it depends. It depends how many events you think your opponent has, because if you want to rip the Khalim's training, then you just rip it. If you're desperate for it, but I don't know. I don't think you are. Okay, we can +1 into Manta Rider. Looking at Super Blizzard's hand, this looks pretty solid. There are no immediate answers. He's gonna have to top deck something. So it looks like it'll pay off for now. Kind of. I mean, still the 3/6 trading into the 5/1 is pretty brutal. Because we went for rush lines, Exio hasn't been able to collect, and Super Blizzard can continue to deny collections simply by trading into this 5/1 and body blocking the Manta Rider. We can dump the Cauldron Soldier. Yeah, looks pretty good. Honestly, I think Lizard is still in favor of this match. Yeah, these rush lands are a little brutal. Now we do have a decision point to make here. We could attempt to fight this with the Farm Boy, if we're feeling real confident that Lizard has no 1 damage removals. Otherwise, I probably want to take the 3/1 out right now. This looks like that's what we are going for. And I think it's honestly fine with the Mistral Guide in hand. Mistral Guide allows us to send the Farm Boy off as a collector, which is kind of neat. So we go for that. Let's see if Lizard does top deck that 1 HP removal. So far he hasn't. But I don't know. This is a very reasonable play. I think I would have gone for this play as well. In this position, at least. Again, I don't think rushing was a great idea for this matchup. That Campfire pickup is pretty huge. Very nice pickup. Value trades and threatens the Mistral Guides. What a good guy, Cauldron Explorer. Good guy, Cauldron Explorer. Making waves in this. Oh, wow. Debating this. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, I hope we play the Farm Boy first. Oh, we're going to a collection spot. Okay. I thought we were rushing for a second. I got very scared. Yeah, I guess that's fair to collect. I don't like building the other mountain, desert, though. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We want to establish a double collector. I don't think we're that concerned, to be honest. I would have liked this to fight the 4/1. I get the idea, but I don't think we're really too scared of 4 damage removal. And even if that does come, it's probably in the form of some movement trick that this 4/1 trades off with it, and then our Farm Boy still gets to collect off 1 well. But either way, we are still putting pressure on that 4/1, and we don't have to build the land because of it, which is just really awful. We don't want to be building lands. Even this land, I'm pretty in disagreements with. I don't think we need the lands, especially with Mistral Guide on board. It's really not that necessary. Lizard on 15 Faeria here, though. There's a Celeste coming. Question is, what's getting taken out? Looks like he's hovering the double neutrals, so we're probably going for the Mistral Guide and grabbing a collection in the meantime. Seems pretty good. Can we follow up with anything? Not quite. Don't quite have enough, so that Manta Rider's gonna live another day. But this puts pressure on the farm boy. I guess I was saying there's no worry about the 4/4 dying. Well, here's the worry, Celeste. But again, if this farm boy was up more aggressive on left side, even if these creatures were swapped, it would have been a bit better. Because now we just lose the Manta Rider instead of losing just farm boy. That's a pretty brutal swing. Keldrin Explorer gobbled up a Manta Rider? And I don't remember the other creature, but it was like a 2-attack guy. And Lizard hitting in there, just in case a 1 damage removal comes in the future. Seems fine to me. Champion makes sense. We get to follow up with Emissary. That's pretty cool. We get now 6 stats to fight the Celeste. Oh, I like putting it in range here. Now, because your opponent's playing Celeste, you can play around quite a few things. Or like, you don't have to play around quite a few things, such as 1 damage removals. Those are going to be difficult to come by for Lizards. We're going to invest a Soul Drain into left side, essentially. Nightmare's the champion. Ooh. Yeah, very cool play. Oh no. Oh no, don't do it. Oh no. Please draw. No. I don't think we want that. Oh no. Let's see. We were on 3 there. We could have +1'd, collected, and dropped Manta Rider. Yeah, I like that way better. Oh, sorry, no, we drew. Okay, we couldn't play Manta Rider. Right? Round 1, 2, 3. Collect to 4. Okay. Fine. So we would have haven't had to take this line anyways, I guess. But still, I would have liked to draw first, just to see what options we had open to us. If we had top decked a playable flyer, it was a much better play than investing 2 cards like that. Goes for Kaleem. So a few things to consider about these 2 cards, which one you play there. Lizard might run Choking Sand, I'm not sure. Meanwhile, this guy is... It's debatable which one's easier to take out, but looks like Lizard had an answer regardless. Fnatic doesn't look too bad. Fnatic is a collector and +1, because again, thinking about that 5 cost threshold, really important. We don't go for it, but if we get a Soul Drain here, that also works. And now we are still on set for Manta Rider. Ooh, there is a Choking Scent. The sequencing was very cool there by Exio then. Because now instead of holding on to the Kaleem, we kept the Manta Rider, and this Choking Sand is just going to be dead. Manta Rider on Lizard side doesn't feel great. Don't like to see that, but we can at least drop a Manta Rider of our own. That's fine. So we can drop a training. We're gonna go for a follower for a free collection. I think we're just gonna go for Ghoul. Run the 0-1 away, dump a Ghoul to fight with. Looks pretty cool. Debating the training to send this guy more aggressive. I like the step back. Just in case this guy gets answered, we at least have some answer to the Manta Rider. Meanwhile, we're still collecting, so Lizard's in an advantageous spot there. If he goes for the training, one damage source might come down, and then Manta Rider's hitting you in the face. You might be losing a potential race. Also because this tower is blocking face. So, dealing with the aggressive threat seems decent. Exio thinking about building another desert. What do we need this for? To save our creature? We were on champion there, weren't we? Or did we draw? No, we built a land. Yeah, I would have. I don't know. That was a tough turn, to be honest. We could have. No, we can't play Celeste. Right, we're not a Celeste deck. Sure. I don't know. I guess 3-2 on board is cool. Maybe. I don't know, I wouldn't have minded playing this in range, to be honest. Building the land really hurts. That's super expensive. So it was a tough turn, though. Definitely a tough turn. Oh, what a top deck. Very cool. Okay. Baron Sky Vulture. Now, he might be debating going for a Fnatic play to double collect. I also really like that. We will have to build lands, but we go to 5 and we go to 6. Yeah, swarming's really good here. Actually, is it? Because then we don't get to take out the 2-2, and then the 2-2 is always threatening our other Fnatic. Okay, maybe I don't like it as much. Yeah, play Vulture out of range. We're just gonna have to kill the 2-2 with our 3-2. Lizard's still trading up on us with this, unfortunately, even with the Vulture. We invested both a land, that 3-cost creature, and whatever else that the Manta Rider value traded. But yeah, essentially to take out that Manta Rider on the spot there, we invested almost like 4 Faeria in that Origin Fnatic, and then 3 into the Vulture. 7 Faeria removal, amazing. Lizard finds the cleanup, Falcon Dive Soul Drain, very nice. This is going to be a slow grind, but Lizard... obviously in the advantageous spot with that Colossus on board. Punishment. Neato. Let's just dump a champion. Looks good. Oh, I don't like the lands though. Exio really likes these double neutrals, and yeah, I think this is one tip I would give to a lot of players upcoming in the competitive scene. basically don't build lands. I don't know how else to really say that. Like, you really don't want to build lands unless it's extremely necessary. There are some really niche scenarios where you might want to build neutrals to land block or something, but honestly those are really advanced strategies. If you are kind of newer to the competitive scene or figuring things out, I would suggest just never going for stuff like that. We find a cleanup on that Colossus, though, and we are going to take back some amount of initiative as Exio, but we're just going to get Celested back. Yikes. Celeste getting played twice this game. That is what Lizard wanted all along, and that's going to be pretty tough to come back from. I would take a draw here, but alright, we got Iona. Right, and this actually really came down to, you notice, like, it's been somewhat back and forth with Lizard just having a slight edge, and that really came down to these rush lands in the beginning. I think if Exio went for standard side mid-range lands, he probably would have won this match. We had a pretty solid opener. All Lizard had was that Sagittarius Archer, which is pretty good when it hits us in the face, but I think we would have been able to outvalue a lot more. And I say probably would have won. Maybe I don't know about that. We just would have had a better chance by going sidelines. But also, this looks to be the end for poor Exio here. Champion not quite gonna cut it with a 6/6 on board. And to invest a Flash Wind as well. Smack, and we finally get to play that prayer that we've had in our hands since the beginning of the game. It's about time. Get to block with a 3/6. Exio does have technically an answer, but we're actually to block with the Village Elder as well. And from Exio, I wouldn't mind seeing this 1/1 die. It would be very cool if that 1/1 were to die. Lizard on 4 cards left in his deck. It's very unlikely that you win with Fatigue, though, even with this Village Elder on board. You're facing a potential lethal setup next turn from Lizard. And then even if you manage to somehow kill the Celeste, it's adding one more card to his deck. Yeah, I just don't think Exio is going to have the resources needed to win this matchup. In any other list where it wasn't Celeste, I mean, maybe you go for more defensive plays here and then go for Fatigue, but with that Celeste potential, it's just not going to happen in the end game. I was saying he is not happy. He is not happy to see Lizard Celeste. Nobody playing Arrow Celeste today. So we decided to dodge the village elder entirely. Go off to the left side there. Oh no! I think we can probably just play this out. Yeah. Game does not like spectators. Okay, Lizard's actually going for some slower plays here. Taking the control lines.
I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
I'm not sure... we should be able to come back to the lobby, but Lizard is so close to winning here. I hope you guys can bear with the problem screen. I think the game will be over before we reboot. But he's gonna think about it a little bit. He really wants to go for those fatigue lands. Maybe we have time. He's taking his time thinking. Not throwing in the towel just yet. So, with Lizard moving on to the finals against El Panico, who's going to have the advantage? Now, one thing El Panico has that's interesting is that sacrifice list. I think Lizard has enough speed in his decks to manage it, though. I don't think he should struggle too much with that. The next one is the Yaks. Swarm could be pretty good into some yellow stuff, maybe. A lot of the Yaks are understated, but Yak Attack can get quite a bit of use, honestly. So... we dropped a Farm Boy earlier. Oh, Exio's actually only on 3 cards too. So we don't even win the fatigue game. Rough. Lizard maybe trying to find a lethal. I don't think there's going to be a lethal anywhere though. We don't have any tricks in hand. Wait, can we proc Celeste, actually? Because we're only going to have 2 cards left in hand, and we can play Celeste. Is Exio actually building up to the Celeste? That's very funny. It's not going to be enough, though. Okay. Why do I bother? Celeste looks like he is... we'd have to +1 to see if he's active. Come on, I want to see the Celeste. Play it. Play it. Just for fun. What else are we gonna do? Play it! He hovered it! He's aware. You know you want to. Do it for the fans, Exio. Even though we can't see anything. Do it for the fans! I don't even know if it's active. It's very likely to be active. Yeah! Celeste! In the non-Celeste deck. Very exciting. Smack and pray. Punishment. Unironically, Punishment actually had use in this particular matchup with Celeste. It's not amazing. 5 damage into a 6/6, but... eh. But look at that. Actually got him down to 6 life. And Lizard going to go for style points. Not actually finish with the Celeste. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're gonna have to reboot. But Lizard is going to take that semi-final series and move on to the finals with El Panico. So we are gonna hop into the third place match. Again, if you do want to watch that finals live, you can watch that on Fickle Stream. But I think I will pop into Fickle Stream after the third place match. We'll take a look, and we'll just be watching with a bit more of a delay. Alright, starting the third place match of the Master of Yellow tournament. We are against Exio. And we're going to start with the Doomsday list again. Okay, so we're gonna toss this stuff. Vermin's a fine keep. Really, we just want anything that can proc our thing. This thing, that's the one. Okay, perfect opening hand here. We have a proc for prayer, and we got draw tools. I don't think you can get anything useful from this, to be honest. Let's see. We have 4 events, Time of Legends. Probably useful for drawing Kaleem if he's running it. I don't think... depends what he started with. I've got Prayer, Soul Pact, it was Time of Legends that he picked, and Doomsday, and Smile. So Smile's kind of useful for him. We go up. We deck filter with this. We can actually flash Salmon, I think. Yeah. For the card draw here, because we got actually 2 cards to proc Prayer, we'll go for the card draw. Alright. Okay, so we have an option for our next land. We do have a mountain to build in our future. We could build this. And then potentially go for something like... build up to Flash Salmon on the next turn. And then build a mountain so we give ourselves a Wind Soldier line in the future. We can always do that here, though. Yeah, we'll just go to the opposite side. This. We will continue drawing. Get. Soul Pact. Okay, we need a big bomb to draw yet. So I might as well just build a mountain here. I can build a mountain here and set up a collector with Baron, maybe. I guess. Not too bad. We did have the Treasure Seeker, I guess. That was another option I could have gone for with more card draws. I kind of want him to attack me here, and then we Sky Anemone to block his collections. That looks pretty cool. Finds a Falcon Dive. So if we don't top deck our bombs soon, then we can just go for Treasure Seeker. Could just Treasure Seeker here. Like draw first. Okay, we found our bomb. Which is pretty good. That's gonna require us to have 20 Faeria. We're on 14. Kinda ways off, though. I do kinda like just dumping this, though. We hope we just draw into something else in the future. Pretty cool, we got the Sky Anemone back. Okay, Globe or Chrysalis? Probably Globe. Globe's pretty cool. We can actually just dump the Globe here. We'll dump this, because Globe is pretty safe on board. Centerland. We'll toss a few of these treasures while we use our time bank. And we'll pass like that. So we can now use this globe and go for racing potential, potentially. Racing potential, potentially. What's really cool with the Doomsday is if we get this guy into face range, we can Doomsday and deal 5 damage.
Why so
Very cool.
serious?
Am I getting chokinged? Rough. That was very rough. Ghost Dragon being invested here. I guess I don't have enough for Doomsday. I mean, I do, but I don't have enough for the balloon fish, which is a problem. We're on 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Very unfortunate. So what do we do here? I could just straight up balloon fish here and go for Doomsday next turn. That's not terrible. Probably want to draw. Let's see, balloon fish. Double balloon fish. Okay, I mean, we might as well take this combat hit. So we invest balloon fish number 1. Yeah, the error is very interesting when it plasters it in the front. It is an interesting decision they went for there. Okay, so we even have the option here, because he sidestepped, we have the option to clear this. If we don't want to Doomsday. But it looks like he may be just investing a bunch of stuff, so looks like a solid Doomsday. Even invest the Soul Drain. We have a follow-up balloon fish. Oh. Prayer nets us some stuff. Let's do this. We lose the card draw when we Doomsday, I guess. It's map number 3. Key. What does this get us? I don't know what I'm looking for. Red? Alright, Captain's pretty cool. Okay, and then we can take a draw. Since we have enough. Ooh, very cool. So, Balloonfish. Smack him right on face, and doom. Very great cards for the follow-up as well. We got a Soul Pack to generate us Faeria, and a Sky Anemone to defend with. I like it. We just took out 2 Ghost Dragons, so we only have 1 more to deal with, and it might not even get procced, for that matter. Because we just took out 2 Flyers as well. Plays the 1/1. I think we will kill this. Probably before it procs. Guess we could use a Wind Soldier to do that. Get more damage on face that way. Yeah, and then we get to collect. Probably want to use this to defend with, to be honest. Do I really want to invest Wind Soldier on that? Probably want a Sky Anemone to block. We should be able to draw. Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I think I'll just smack. Pray. Treasure. This seems expensive, but whatever, we'll go for this. Captain will actually just put up here. I don't know if he has haste, but just in case, I'm gonna slap this down to protect myself. And pretty much we just need 1 more combat hit with this guy, then he's dead. Be very lovely to nab the win with this list. Don't have to deal with it anymore. It's a very fun list though. We've had some fun games with this one. Oh no, does he have an answer? Or is he just healing? Okay. Radiance. Yeah, I think we're just dumping a Radiance here. So we Soul Packed first. Draw. More healing. I don't think it really matters. We're in a good spot. We only had 1 card, okay. Alright. Looks good. Soul Pact, barter into Doomsday. That would hurt a little bit. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna win this one. Next, I'll just go for my Swarm list. Again, just save that Flyers list for the end. Alright, well done, Doomsday. We did it. Okay, so we'll play Swarm. Ariana's start is kind of cool. Let's see. Do we keep the Nightmare? Not going seconds. This is a pretty cool card into the Flyers matchup, so I might just keep this. Well, I say Flyers. I don't know. There's likely a bunch of Flyers. We'll keep it. We'll play it, he says. Okay, that guy. Think we can go this way and we'll dump Ariana right side. Since the land investment is on left for him, he's going to want to go to right side. So we'll spook him, maybe force him to go left. We'll see. Yeah. Alright. Another one. Oh. Hello. You're an interesting card, aren't you? What do I do with that? We could drop it as is. Scoot left. Like, I don't mind that, just so Ariana's in trade range. Otherwise, if I go for this collection, I risk this guy proccing or something. We kind of show our cards by playing this, though, which is the issue. But if this guy comes... If I put this on the well, he gets value traded a lot. I'd probably put him here. Okay, let's not show our cards. How about that? We'll just do it like this. And by playing passively here, we prevent him from being able to step onto this land. And being able to value trade us with this collector. The only safe space for him is here. Which is still good for him, but we have the option to trade back if we want. But if he steps up like this and doesn't have an answer, then we just take this and a vulture. Also acceptable. We have a lot of options. There's a lot of corrupt going on this board. Oh. Okay, that's sad. But that's fine, we get 2 tower now. It's not the best take, but it's okay. So we take this. We are going to drop a Keldron Explorer. We have to use this. Drop Ariana again. And then Do I keep building deserts? I guess I might as well with Twister in hand. We go up to 4 lands. But I need to invest this Explorer somewhere. Ooh. Tricky. This Ariana, optionally I could just draw here. I still have to invest this. If we do something like this. And then place our 4th desert like here? It's a weird placement, but I don't want him to be able to mobility trick and value trade this Ariana. And bridging ourselves towards that 5th desert gives us some options with that Twister next turn. Seven Faeria to spend. One of them's a Soul Drain. But thankfully we do have that Vulture line if there's no follow-up. Oh, it's Volley? Alright, I'll take a Volley. Oh, we just saw a Lizard in the past tournament, or past set, use that Vulture very effectively. We get to do the same. It's not that good though. Sadly, it's not as good for us. We can actually Twister here. Wait. Yeah, we can build this desert, Twister over, and just Vulture this instead. That puts us to 5. This is kind of tricky. I think that's the best line, though. Otherwise, because if we twist or something, then it corrupts, right? Oh, I'm not actually sure how this interaction works. Since this... Does this still have Summoning Sickness, or does it no longer have Summoning Sickness? I'm not actually sure how that works. Could I teleport this to my own land? Zip over, Vulture... Oh, this is... always better, actually. I should have mapped first. Alright, we'll have to accept it. We might get soul drained, but we'll have to accept it. If he wants to corrupt this, he doesn't get to collect, so I'm pretty cool with that. And then he has to step here if he wants to take a soul drain play. And then we get to body block his collector, so that looks pretty good. So I want to Ariana one more time. We're sitting on a potential treasure. So I really want to be able to Ariana next turn, I think. Wow, okay, 3rd Drake Rider coming down. Plays it in range for some reason. I don't know why he's done that. That is very strange. We could Nightmare it. Nightmare is pretty cool here, I guess. And then we just use this charge to maybe collect or something. This, we collect, we can +1 to 2 What does drawing get me? If it's Soul Pact, that's pretty cool. Maybe we draw. Actually, if it's that, that's way cooler. Okay. I will take that any day. And then I guess we dump Ariana by collecting. Sure. Since we get that treasure, it's a little bit expensive, but our opponent's struggling with Faeria as well. So, I remember Falcon Dives being flying around, so maybe there's a Falcon Dive to play around. But I think it's fine either way. He collects, he Falcon Dives, he gets to play a 3 or 5 cost, but can't answer this. Did find a Spirit Theft. Spirit Theft's a pretty good answer there, actually. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it was better to go for the Lost Explorer. Oh. Oh, did he draw for that? Okay. Well, we'll see what treasure we get. Magic Carpet looks pretty cool. We get to clear that 1/1. Yeah, I think we'll go for that, and we get to set up a double collector. Yeah, looks good. Draw? Yeah, we might as well use one to collect. We got plenty of flash wins. Where's your Spirit Theft now? Thankfully, Spirit Theft isn't as impactful for him, since he's got no board presence here. He's hovering it. Maybe there's something. Command. Okay, I'll accept a command. Ariana. Bloatfly, very cool. So we'll take these trades, we'll just play that in range. This guy can come here. Now we can keep +1ing because we got this Bloatfly train going. And no matter what he plays, I can always threaten it with more flash wins. So this is going to be a little bit of a slower grind. That's sort of the purpose of this list, how I built it though. Very swarmy to try and counter flyer type stuff, and the win condition is basically control, and slow grinding it to face. We have Solemn as a potential win condition in the future, but yeah. Desert Twister. We'll just move this. I think we'll produce another desert. Will we? Then I don't get to play 2 things. We'll just Wraith and Bloatfly. Wraith looking pretty spooky here with a full hand. I could have even considered that last turn. Eid cards in hand. It's a good corrupt. Another thing this list I thought would be decent against was Rush, because of all the corrupts we have going on. Which is why I was happy in the El Panico match to see the Rush. I was like, oh, much prefer seeing this than Flyers. I think Rush is a bit more manageable. Sadly, we lost with our Flyers list just bricking us all the Flash ones in our deck. If you're just joining in now, we are playing the third place match, so I have lost the tournament essentially, but we're playing it out just to get our wins here. Okay, I guess we nightmare this because I don't have clean answers. This doesn't feel amazing, but whatever. Down goes our nightmare. And we will continue to threaten those corrupt spaces. So I honestly think I would like to corrupt this Wraith. Getting a 7-card Wraith is pretty cool. So we'll take in Flashwind, I guess. Can draw. Or we just do this. No, I think I like taking better. And we'll just slowly march you up, drop a Keldrin as a collector, drop another one, sure. Hopefully we don't get Garradent. And we won't bother corrupting this one. Save the Flashwind as a trick to use in the future. We're not really pressured to corrupt this right now when Exio's desperate to come back on board somehow. Up to 9 cards in hand. That card better be playable. Keel of Elements, good start. I guess try to go for Garradin, I don't know. Who cares about the card bricks? Something to come back on board here. Oh, Copter works. Actually better than Garradin. Alright, we might have to go back to slow playing Ariana. Kinda played into that one. Oh, but aerially though. I guess we'll just go for it. Ariana. Draw. Can also just volley here if we wish. Oh, Solemn. I think I'll just take this trade. We have infinite blowed flies. Yeah, we're not gonna bother with Ariana then, since we got the Solemn Talk deck. Very cool. Gotta naturally get this guy up, though. He's got Divine, so we can't reach. Oh! Colossus. Huh. Well then, if you say so, guess we'll just dump Solemn to fight that, hopefully. More Bloodfly, this guy can be answered, but whatever. He's gotta build the land to answer it. Doesn't feel good for him. And I've only seen one Vulture so far, right? I'm only running 2 Vultures, so I don't know. Not amazingly likely to top deck, I guess. Invest the volley, so I'm happy to see that at least. I don't even know if I want to destroy wells. I kind of like where my wells are at. But sure, we'll blow up this one. You never know. We'll dump a Mistral Guides. We gotta watch out for more Colossus in the future then, huh? But I don't think we need to care too much. This one... +1... And we'll slowly march our way up. Build some aggressive deserts with these aerials and hope to close out a win with our infinite Ariana value. 3-cost archer. Oh boy. The Springer. So we'll send something here. I mean, we can even just teleport if we want. It really doesn't matter too much. Boop. We'll send you here and Wraith up. That looks like a win to me. So after this we have our flyers list, and some things that we've seen from XO so far are Soul Drain. We have seen Soul Drain. Ooh. In trade range, you shouldn't have. Not much you can do about that anyways, I guess. Vulture? Okay. I'm so sorry, we are corrupting a second time. That's a lot of corruption. Yeah, we'll take this. Let's just do this. Oh, I didn't hit. Whoops. $10, $11, $12, $13. I don't think we had lethal anyways. We did with a teleport. So, missed lethal, I guess. We still have it with a teleport, actually. We have that one Flash Wind left over. So I think we still win with teleports. Can we find it? Oh! I don't think that actually worked. Wait. Airily? Teleport. Flash. Yeah, that's lethal. Got it. Airily. Teleport. Flash wind. Oh, very snazzy lethal. I actually had lethal on board there if I had hit with the combat prior. But we found it. Okay. Alright, last list. We have the Flyers. I keep saying this is my best deck. Even though we bricked super hard last time. So let's have a different go at it this time. We have 3 chances to win. And let's hopefully not top deck 2 of these again this game. Looks pretty solid as an opener anyways, though. Emissary start into Manta Rider is pretty brutal. Right. We'll play at our Wind Soldier range? I'm not sure. Another Sky Captain. Oh, right, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting the loser gets to do what he wants. So he's... yeah, he's pretty much able to do what he wants. So, I guess this is the... Drake list again? Looks like. We will kill. Guess we'll dump the Manta Rider. One damage removal. Falcon Dive. Wow. Manta Rider, we can draw. Oh. Really interesting stat line, the Kalium Skyguards. 4-3. Meanwhile, Emissary is a 5-3 for 3 cost. How'd we get that into the deal? Okay, now I could use a second Celestial Tower. I wouldn't mind it. I guess we'll go for Skyguard. Skyguard. Yeah, we can keep drawing, I guess. We don't actually have to kill this. We're not really pressured to. Yeah, I actually don't think I need to. We can just pressure him and slowly march up. We will dump Emissary and Demon Wing on this side, I guess. Looks like a pretty easy grind to the win here. I don't think Exio's got much in store for us. Yeah, we had these slow, costly taunts. Pretty much is just the dragons, ghost dragons. Soul Pact Dragon? We have Dragon? See, I'm functioning on 3 lands here. Why couldn't this have happened in the El Panico match? Soul Drain. Wait. You just gave me a clear on your Sky Captain. For free. Okay, sir. Oops, I'm stupid. I can't count numbers. You saw nothing. That's okay. We get to block with a Skyguard, and that's what I was gonna do all along. We could also choking. That is another option. I guess choking's just better. And we get to Skyguard anyways. Cool. But here's where it being 4 attack is a little less good than 5 attack. This is like just as slow as producing a desert on the following turn and producing the Demon Wing. It gets you to lethal just that much slower from being 1 attack stat off. Ghost Dragon! Kalim. Just smack face. I don't really care. You can have that guy. We might as well build deserts now, actually. Since we can get that guy into double collection. Now, if this guy is Zip's face, I probably want to keep this guy here just in case. Don't think it's going to be that big a deal, but just in case. Just in case something silly happens. Yeah, I really wanted to keep destructive volleys out of my flyers list for barter reasons. I even kept my barters in the flyers list to play around kind of like archer things. Since this list can like be pretty fast and deal with archers with soul drains and such. I wanted to be very careful about playing around barter in this series, or in this tournament. And we are missing our lethal setup because of this one little attack stat. Okay, he clears it anyways.
Why so serious?
Champion, does that do anything? Champion... I don't know, we don't have to think too much, I don't think. Oh, I want this guy to be set up in lethal spot, though. Alright, Exio, what you got? What do you have for me? Alright, so what's gonna happen after this match is we will head over to the finals, watch what Fickle's doing. I'll just play back his Twitch VOD, because I know there's some YouTube people who both aren't fans of watching Twitch, but also in the future Twitch VODs get deleted. So I think it would be nice to have all of that stored nicely on the YouTube. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm very tired. I missed the 5-5. Okay. Alright, so we're going to take the victory for the 3rd place match. Again, if you're just stomping in, this is the 3rd place match, which means I lost earlier in the series to Alpanico. But Alpanico is right now facing off against Super Blizzard in the finals. We're going to take a look at that shortly, but I'm going to take a quick break. But I'll be back in a few minutes. So see you then. Alright. Welcome back, everyone. We are about to get started with the finals of this yellow tournament. And I'm going to stop in on Fickle's stream, who's been streaming this finals some time ago. So make sure to show him some love, head over to Twitch, and check out his commentary as well. But we're going to be doing this for the YouTube, so that we can have this monumentous moment stored in history forever. Okay, so Super Blizzard versus El Panico is up right now. We've seen lists from both of these players, actually. I played against El Panico, got knocked out, and Super Blizzard, we spectated a little bit. Blizzard not very happy with his hands. I think El Panico should be the one not super happy with his hands. Okay. Even worse. Tossed the Falcon Dive and I got a Mother of Yaks. Excuse me. Yeah, the quality is not amazing, but it seems like 720p is all we have access to right now. Bam! Get volleyed. So that's not looking good for El Panico. Bam! Get Falcon Dived. And with the top decked Prairiac, that's a pretty good swing back. Lizard does find a follow-up creature. Very nice. In the meantime, I will also be putting up scores. I don't know why I deleted my old scores. Hopefully I remember to fill these in. More yaks to follow, more Prairiacs. We get to swarm a lot. The yaks was a very cool bring. I was debating yaks. Yaks is one of the only like viable neutral focused lists out there. And in a tournament like this, where you're very limited on the cards you can play, there's not going to be a lot of crossover cards in yaks with your other yellow lists. So, very smart bring. But Lizard has some very good cards in this list. It's going to be very difficult for El Panico to break through these Manta Rider coming in the future. Even these Sunsilk Fairies are kind of a problem right now. He really needs Yak Attack to deal with them. That actually helps, because we get to boost this 1-1 to a 2-1. That's kind of cool. Lizard gets to counter with the Soul Drain, but it's something in the moment El Panico can use. One thing I will say though, Topaz Yak is not that great into Flyers sort of matchups. 4 cost 4 damage is not really that needed. Like you take out the Drake Rider, you take out Mistral Guide, but typically those things are going to be like really far back, right? You're going to have to invest a lot of lands, and maybe even then it's going to be really difficult to get the Topaz Yak off. Maybe it's better into like Rush, Shaitan Demon. Something like that. Okay, we're gonna look for barter. Unless Lizard wants to use Yak Attack in the future, or even Volley, I think Falcon Dive's fine here. Since you probably want to take out that 2-1 anyways. But unless, like, maybe you're predicting, oh, I guess Mother of Yak does summon Flyers, so Volley's an okay option for the future. Yeah, maybe Volley is actually the best pick here. Typically you'd want this barter to be used on like a 2 damage source like Soul Drain, but if you're planning on taking the 2-1 out anyways, why not Falcon Dive? I think he might just ignore the 2-1 though. Thinking about it though, Actually goes for Yak Attack. Interesting. So the Yak Attack's very interesting. That means Lizard's going to go for a much grindier game plan here going forwards. He realizes he's not going to be able to outvalue the swarm that El Panico has going on. And he's going to try and just build up a lot of Faeria and have a card to spend all of that Faeria on to contest this match. I guess that's a reasonable strategy. I did kind of like the volley, but I am also maybe a little bit biased because I'm staring down that Mother of Yaks in El Panico's hand right now. Champion. It's gonna be real difficult for Lizard to get in there and get those face hits. These 4-2s aren't liking the little prairie eggs over there. But what Lizard really wants to do is take out the structure. The structure is causing him a lot of trouble. Once we take out that structure, we open up all these different value trades everywhere on the boards. So we have Yak Attack open, but no lands built to all these 4-2s. It is something to think about for the future. We could extend our neutrals this turn and I don't know, maybe Topaz Yak the Manta Rider. It doesn't really accomplish anything though, so I don't particularly like it. Neutrals on right side. That makes a little more sense. Oh, we are going for Yak Attack. I don't know. I'm not a big fan just because it leaves a 2-2 on the left side, but it's okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right there. 3-2s. Okay, yeah, this is fine then. I was concerned about leaving a value trade open for the Manta Rider, but for some reason I forgot there's a structure there, causing Lizard all of this nuisance. Oh look, a 1 damage source. Yeah, it's a little bit too late. Nice. We find the sneaky little clear there. We get the value trades. And chaos is controlled. Hopefully. I'm gonna soldier in that 2-2. We're gonna have to get some use out of this Yak Attack, so we need to maintain collections as much as possible as well. We invested into that Yak Attack. Oh! Nabbing the roaming Yak. Did we need to do that? Or is he trying to prevent top deck? Okay. Oh, Jesus. Thank you so much for the sub, Ronja. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. Those always spook me. Oh, I was gonna say, a Lizard was playing around a Yak Attack there, so El Panico here in this position could still +1 in Yak Attack, but he wouldn't be able to draw for it. If a Lizard hadn't have invested the Spirit Theft there, he would have been able to just sidestep, collect, and then draw into Yak Attack, or even produce double neutrals to take out this Ariana or something. So I think that's what what the Lizard was playing around with the Spirit Theft there, because normally I think it's not super necessary when you've got a 4-2 staring it down. But managing those Faeria thresholds. We did pick up another outpost. Unfortunately, it's a little bit late. We don't have the best trades on board with that outpost, so Lizard actually coming way up ahead with this exchange. Wow. We had a huge advantage here. And just from being able to clear that Imperial outpost in that one turn, and take those value trades as immediate follow-ups. Insane. So are we gonna go for Yak Attack here? Looks like it's a Yak Attack. We invested that barter early on. Let's cash in. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, we're going for roaming Yak. Ha, nice. We also are cashing in on our Spirit That value. Did we need that one on the side? I guess we're gonna dump a Yak over there, fair enough. Threaten that neutral. But we could have smacked face for 2. Alright, so I think Mother is Alpenico's last hope into this match. Looks like we are gonna just invest the Mother here. Not go for better value, or dumping her now. And yeah, pretty good with the 5-4 taunts, honestly. Really locks a lot of things down. We can use the champion to... Oh right, we had Command. Command was actually a really interesting card. I was thinking about this in my lineup building as well. Because there are some structures you might be afraid of, such as the Imperial Outpost, but also like, what's it called? The structure that generates 6/1s, Altar of Souls. That can be a spooky structure. Doomgate if people bring Sack. I mean, Doomgate's not really that big a deal. Especially when you're only in yellow base. It's not actually that big a deal, but something like Altar of Souls, maybe Husk, but usually you don't want to kill Husk. But I ended up not bringing any commands. Because we went for the Doomsday list. Which... I'm pretty happy with its performance, honestly. It managed to close out 2 wins this tournament. So very cool. I based it off of that Hunter list that was running a Bloodfire Wisp in the past. Okay, it's racing time. It looks like Lizard's gonna win this race. Looking at that volley, don't think that's gonna really do anything. So Alpenico, meanwhile, has what? We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage on Alpenico's board. That's a lot of damage. Let's just go for it. Show off them flashy cards. And with just 4 damage shy, Super Blizzard is going to take the first match of this series. So well done to Lizard. Alpenico now gets to decide whether he wants to keep using that same list or switch lists. And he selected that one pretty quick, so maybe he's just gone for the first one. Lizard has to switch lists. He's no longer allowed to use that list anymore. Looks like Alpenico has kept the original list. He's running Outland Ranger in this. That's interesting. Pairs quite nicely with the haste. Get to buff it a little bit. And Lizard looks like he's running his Celeste list. There are a lot of mind games you can play here. Like, Lizard gets to maybe predict whether El Panico plays the same list, and now he's got some information on that list on how to pilot it. How to pilot the matchup. And, ooh. Is it Celesting time next turn? I guess not. We're gonna Falcon Dive that one too. The issue with going for the Celeste line is we weren't able to build any lands then, and we would have had to invest the Celeste into a spot where he couldn't collect, probably. The numbers actually lined up really well with this Death Wish Ghoul, and now since it hasn't died, and we're on 7, we get to play Celeste next turn. I actually kind of surprised that Falcon Dive didn't see play here. Lizard's able to set up a double collector here, and now you're really, like, wanting to invest that Falcon Dive. I kind of understand not wanting to give Lizard the investment back on the Ghoul, but this Ghoul is just going to make its investment back through harvesting, and we are just going to invest the Falcon Dive now. I suppose one thing that holding the Falcon Dive does is now Lizard has invested that land placement, whereas he wouldn't have otherwise. Oh my god. That's a Celeste. Hard draws into the Celeste. Oh, sorry, he played a Smile, yeah. So, very cool. We found the Smile, and we also have a Time of Legends in hand. So we have a second Celeste once this one dies. Oh, is that a volley? Looks like we're gonna need that second Celeste, but this is a little too soon. It's okay, we can follow up with Manta Rider. Or even Charger. I think I'd like to see... I'm not sure, actually. I guess Charger... Okay, we're putting Charger backwards. I guess we're not threatened by a singular 2-2. So we'll just set up a double collector, sure. And honestly pretty good, because that is going to feed our resources for our Celeste. So I wonder how hard El Panico is going to invest into face here. We do have the Imperial Outpost. I think we can afford to just go for Roaming Yak plus Outposts. How much does that cost? Yeah, we don't really need to do any Topaz Yaks things yet. But Topaz Yak plus Campfire is very exciting on the following turn, where we might be able to value trade that Charger on the left side. Oh, the mistake. Oh, he hit too soon. Oh my god, Lizard. Top decking the Celeste again. So we can hang on to this Time of Legends then. Hard play Celeste, and now we've got Time of Legends as well. That's insane. So much usage out of this card. Though I will say, I don't know if Celeste is going to get like a massive amount of value in this matchup, where El Panico has very efficient Swarm with those outposts. Like, 2 Angry Yaks take out 1 Celeste. Actually not true, because you gotta break the shields. Alright, I guess it's like 3 Yaks. So, he trades 1 Yak attack for your 1 Celeste. Still a little bit more efficient. Oh, and top decks the other volley. Yikes. Okay, so we are gonna see the value trade come down. That is pretty brutal for Lizards. And that is a difficult one to play around. It is something to consider because you know that he's running the Haste Yak, and if you saw the Outland Ranger and were keeping track, you know that he also has a campfire. So Lizard might have been able to think about that and maybe dump a Manta Rider to block that, but that is a lot to think about when the Outland Ranger came so early on in the game as well. And this has been a long tournament. Both players might be tired as well. I think, though, this looks like Alpanico's win, even though Lizard managed to get Celeste 3 times, essentially, represented 3 times. Celeste just, not as good into this. I really do like the Yak Spring from Alpanico, though, because Swarm, by nature, is good into Flyers, because you just trade really efficiently with their low HP stats. And we're really seeing that even with this list, where it's still, like, reasonable into Celeste, even. But a lot of that is also the volley, I suppose. We did manage to get a volley. Volley is very swingy as a card. Alright, lethal on board. Well, not on board, but in hand. Okay, and Lizard throwing in the surrender, so Alpanico's going to take 1 win. We are neck and neck, so now Alpanico can no longer use that Yak list. And he still has to fight that Celeste list in the future. So let's see what he uses here. Again, he could play some mind games here, make the prediction that Lizard is going to keep using that Celeste, and bring a counter deck to that Celeste, if that exists. At the very least, he could be thinking about that Celeste list and how he should be playing that matchup. So it looks like Alpanico has switched to a rush list. Lizard, I think... oh yeah, he's switched also to a rush list. Obviously can't be Celeste. We got that double Baron Sky there, but also with Kaleem, he's not going to be running Kaleem in a Celeste list. So very interesting how players can make these decisions of, or the losing player at least, can make this decision of switching decks if they wish. Even though they still have that other list available to them. Kaleem pretty huge here. It's a really nice stat line to fight this Shaitan Demon. Alongside the 1/1 at least. Alpanico has a pretty solid follow-up as well, though he's on 8 Faeria, so he can Soul Drain and Queensguard. Ooh, and Lizard somehow managing to play around that play with the Soul Drain Queensguard. So what I was thinking was, if the Kaleem was played in range, then you could Soul Drain the Kaleem to finish it off, and Queensguard taunt the 1/1, which is very cool. We're actually double soul draining here, which is fair. That gives us access to this demonic salmon that hopefully will be able to continue growing in stats, and Lizard won't be able to answer it. And that just looks to be the case. Lizard is just going to race with his own demon and hope that he can outvalue in the end. Now Queensguard being playable for Alpanico is pretty huge here. Okay, we did draw into the Monk. Monk might be... which one's better? I think Queensguard is probably better. Oh, really? Don't like that. Yeah, he doesn't like that creature. I think that's a fine play. But I don't think we had to answer that right away. You do kind of want to reduce the number of face hits. Also, that Salmon was able to step on his land and produce more lands, maybe. I don't think that matters too much, though, since he's already got lands built up there. Uses a Mistral Guide to try and fight this 3-3 with, which is about to become a 4-4. Also about to just become a big nuisance. We get to play our Queen's Guard here, potentially, and keep this Demonic Salmon going even further, but no, we're not going for it. We're just going to go for the Monk. Oh, good play, too. We find the Prayer on top of all of that. Find a Flash Salmon, and we find a Demon. Jesus. Alright. That's a lot of pressure. And don't play the Queen's Guard then. This was much better. I think that's going to be it for Lizards. That's a lot to come back from. There's a Vulture. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to do very much. Kinda gotta answer this 4-4 before it boosts to 5. What's the Zealous Crusader? It's gotta be like, we've taken 2 face hits? 3 face hits? Oh right, we played 2 Barons guys earlier. So 4 face hits. Alright, I really like this play, actually. That is a really good play. We get to... I mean, hopefully it doesn't find a haster here. But we get the value trade after all, and then the 6-6 is lined up to take a value trade on the Salmon, and then the 4-2 is lined up to take a trade on the 5-2. We did actually top deck a haster here. A little bit late in the turn. Ooh, gonna take that guy out. I like it. Hey, that works. We will hopefully keep this demon alive at least, and that looks like it. Very short-lived match, Rush versus Rush. Lizard, because he lost, does get to use this Rush list in the future if he wishes. And Alpanica 1 win away. So he played Yax. Let me update the score. He played Yax, he played Rush. What was his other list? Sacrifice? Was it Alpanica who was playing Sac? I think so, maybe. Yeah, okay, Sac. So, I wonder if the Lizard knows this. Looks like he's sticking with the Rush. Though he does have to beat the sack list 2 times if he wants to win this series. And be crowned the champion for this community tournament. Right, so Panico 2-1. Now with this hefty taunt in hand, it doesn't come down till turn 4, I guess. But Swordfish is very cool against this sort of variant of Rush. Poor Shield Bearer is no longer a 2-2. Not gonna be able to fight that. I wonder if the 2-2 actually comes over and value trades the 1-1. We could value trade the 1/1, and then Flash Salmon kills the Death Wish Ghoul, maybe? I guess we could even kill the... or hit into the Assassin, I'm not sure. And then we take a prayer with the last one. Nope, just gonna hit face. Oh! Oh, what a huge top deck. Oh my god. That's a full clear. With the Baron Sky Vulture. Vulture coming in huge here. Man, Lizard has really impressed me with these Vulture plays. Just swooping up these Shaden Assassins. No, last time we saw it, it was a Fairy. It was the neutral Fairy. Now this time a Shaden Assassin. These Vultures are out for blood. Panico, though, now on 4 lands, we are able to get that taunt out, which is going to be a big nuisance for Lizards. Drops a lie. Oh, Lizard. Top decking God today. I think he's learned from the best. So it looks like we're going to take the trade actually on this Laya. Try to keep this Vulture going for a little bit longer. And this Baron Sky Vermin can come down to collect for us. Very cool. Yeah, very cool plays from Lizard, but mainly very cool top decks. Okay, I don't know what El Panico's answer to Salmon is gonna be. That's looking pretty brutal. Top deck's another Vulture. Is he gonna go for it? I don't know if it's particularly worth it. You could just save that for another Assassin, but he is gonna go for it. I mean, Assassin is pretty expensive at this point in the game, though. For El Panico to get a protection assassin, he's gonna have to play another creature, and then yeah. Okay, so Lizard winning this one, and he still has to win this Soul Eater deck one more time. Oh, we're actually 2-2. Very cool. This is what I was saying earlier, where I thought playing with your best deck at the last end of it, I think is a reasonable strategy, because you potentially have more matches played with your last deck. I don't know. And El Panico should know that this is the Celeste list. If he's been keeping track, Lizard has not won with the Celeste list yet. Honestly think Lizard has an advantage here if he can draw into the Celeste, which it looks like he's going to be able to with that Time of Legends. I mean, El Panico does have a lot of Swarm, though, on the other hand. But I think Celeste, with its grand mobility, is going to be able to bully El Panico's creatures a little bit. Keldrin Soldier being an excellent turn 1 collector. Ooh, Spirit Theft in hand is going to be very nice, though, for El Panico. But I think, honestly, this... Oh, Lizard's just a top-decking god today. Yeah, with the Demon Wing drop, we get a really nice clear with the Celeste on the Demon Wing. And just top-decking Celeste all over the place. So we can attempt to taunt with the Swordfish. Oh, we're not. We're going to ignore the Celeste, actually. Okay. I guess fair enough, because that 3-2 decided to step up. That is taking some collections away from Lizard. Finds the Sagi, very cool. But yeah, now Celeste gets to smack face for free. Maybe not free. I guess Elpanico did actually line up the numbers there. He's got 3, 4, 5, 6 on board. That's pretty cool. Elpanico gets some nice cleanup trades here, and just has to deal with that Sagi on board somehow. Wait, why is Spirit Spice say 9? Did he not kill off 2 creatures already? Visual bug? Because with this demon trading off, that should be 0 caution. I cannot read the cards. That's gotta be a 0 cost, right? Okay, it is 0. Yeah, okay. And we're actually just going face. Oh. Okay, not going face. I was excited to go face. But that's fair. Take away the collector, I guess. What's cool about this stat line, though, here, is that 7 power means 3 turn lethal. Let's see, I guess you can consider Faeria thresholds for Lizard here in getting back the Celeste. If he's got Time of Legends in hand, for example. Actually, I don't know. I still don't agree with taking the Sagi, actually, because we have a taunt right next to him. I would have liked to just hit face there. He definitely could have reached. Charge 3? Yeah. Oh my god. Surrenders. Oh, he played Time of Legends there, okay. Okay, so that's it, actually. Elpanico is going to be the victor of the finals. Very well played to Elpanico. Really well done last match there. Very exciting. I'm losing my words. I'm very tired, so I'm going to head off now. But hope you guys enjoyed. It was a very exciting tournament. Yeah, I'm going to be thinking about this one for a little bit. So, when is the next open? Maybe I should promote that. Well, you guys can find it. I've posted all the links on my YouTube community tab. They're posted in the Faeria Discord. They're posted on my Discord. So, really no excuses not to show up to the next open. Mark those dates on your calendar. Alright. Take care. See you guys in the next open. Coming up very shortly. Goodbye.